Hi, this is Rob Chassner, and the purpose of this video is to introduce a book that I have written. It is a relatively short book, very concise, instructional manual on how to invest in debt instruments. And a debt instrument would be something like a piece of finance paper. Um, like when you buy a car and you finance it, you sign a promissory note. That's a debt instrument. And what I do is I purchase things that are readily available through the classified advertisements. Um, and I purchase them at a very big discount for cash. I mark them up to full retail, and I sell them at full retail to someone who wants and needs to buy that, has the cash flow to pay for it, but they don't have the credentials to get the financing. And so therefore, I end up having a profit on the interest rate and a profit on the markup. And over a period of time, you make a substantial amount of wealth doing that. This whole concept was inspired by an old friend, Jimmy Napier, out of Florida. Back in the early 90s, I attended some of his seminars, and he was doing the same thing with houses, where he would buy something, let's say, on a non-qualifying, non-escalating mortgage that used to be offered by FHA and VA financing sources, where you could essentially take over an existing loan, put the house in your name, then mark it up, and then he would finance the markup over a long period of time, and the profits were substantial. And that was very innovative. And also another person who inspired me was Lonnie Scruggs, an old friend who did the same thing with mobile homes. I personally like using mobile homes, cars, and business equipment and things that blue-collar workers want and need, but they don't have the credentials to get these financed, nor do they have the cash to pay for them. So I buy them for cash. I even do medical equipment, but there's a long, long list in my book of items that you can do this and be secured in your position to make a substantial amount of wealth. The purpose of this book is to share information so that those people who have lost a substantial amount of money when the markets were manipulated back in 2008 and 9, and they thought they could retire, but they ended up back in the workforce for another 10 or 15 years because of the shrinkage in the markets and the manipulations in the markets. This book has information in it that can bring retirement very quickly to you or even immediately to you. It is possible. I've been using these strategies for years successfully. I have friends all over the country that in fact have done the same, and anybody can reproduce it if you follow instructions and you manage what you're doing. You can bring retirement quickly or immediately to you using these strategies. My disclaimer on this is that I'm not giving any advice legally. I'm not giving any advice tax-wise or accounting-wise. I'm providing educational material and document assistance materials, and then you need to take that and deliberate on that and implement that at your own rate and at your own risk. However, I will say that if you take a successful strategy that someone else is using and you reproduce that strategy, you can and likely will receive the same types of successful results. So the purpose of this video is just an introduction to my book, Debt for Profit, which is trademarked and copywritten. And I do provide consulting services to assist people in structuring deals. I would consider taking on other clients. You can certainly send me an email to request a discussion about that. If you're interested in receiving a copy of my book, you can request it again using my email address, and I'll have that up on the screen as I edit this video. The videos to follow will give instruction, examples, and how to structure, restructure for more profit, how to protect yourself in the event of defaults, and how to obtain financing sources, or funding sources would be a better way to put it, if you're starting out with no money and you want to profit from that. So that's my introductory video to my book that I wrote, Debt for Profit, and I will follow up with many instructional videos and examples of how to structure a deal, how to restructure deals for more profit, how to sell your transactions, how to fund your transactions, everything that you would need to bring retirement to you quickly or immediately. And if you're starting with nothing, no resources, then it would be an instructional videos on how to profit immediately and where to find the funding for those profits to put these types of transactions together. Debt for Profit, written by me, Rob Chassner. Thank you for listening, and I hope you watch my other videos that give you instructions and examples. Thank you.